lab session, I'm going to explain about the topic implementation of 4:1 multiplexer using logic gates. So the main aim of this experiment is to analyze the truth table and working of multiplexer by using 3 input AND gate and 3 input OR gate and 1 input NOT logic gate. So before enter into that simulation part, we need to understand about what do you mean by the multiplexer, what is the purpose of multiplexer, and what is the working principle behind that we need to know. So that's why I've shown here. So the main function of multiplexer is to select the input of any n input lines and feed that to one output line, which means so the multiplexer having two sides, one is input side and another one is output side. At the input side many number of inputs are available. At the output side only one such input will be appear. So how we are going to choose among only one input among these different input means with help of selection lines. So whenever I am using the term multiplexer, so you have to remember input is there, output is there, and selection line is also there. Selection line plays a vital role in multiplexer. According to the selection line only the corresponding input will be appear as your output. In short form, multiplexer can be termed as mux, and in short form of demultiplexer is demux. So in demux, it will be performing the reverse operation. From the inputs, we can able to collect n number of from outputs. That is the inverse operation of your demux. Okay. So multiplexer basically is a device. So it has multiple inputs and single line output, which is otherwise called as data selectors. So in multiplexer is basically it will be classified into different types. That is 2 is to 1 multiplexer, 4 is to 1 multiplexer, and 8 is to 1 multiplexer, and 16 is to 1 multiplexers. So to implement this different kind of multiplexer, we need to do some changes in selection line. If you want to implement 4 is to 1 multiplexer, we are going to choose two selection lines. That is 2 power n. So 2 power n, if you put instead of n, if you put 2, you will get 4. That is 2, it requires 2 selection line. Here 8 is to 1 means 8 represents the input and 1 represents your output. So to implement 8 is to 1 multiplexer, we need 2 power 3. That is 3 selection line it required. So to implement 16 is to 1 multiplexer, 2 power 4 equal to 16. So 4 selection lines are required. Here the pictorial representation of your 4 is to 1 multiplexer. So in this virtual lab, we are going to do 4 is to 1 multiplexer. So by the name itself, you can say it has 4 inputs and 1 outputs. So these are all the 4 inputs, that is input 0, input 1, input 2, input 3, and only one output. To implement this 4 is to 1 multiplexer, we need two selection, that is 2 power 2 equal to 4. So the two selection lines is required, that is represented as S0 and S1. So to implement this in virtual lab, so IIT Bombay, IIT Roorkee, IIT Hyderabad, so many IITs providing these facilities, that is virtual lab facilities. Now I'm going to show how to implement this experiment in virtual lab. So in Google, you try to type a virtual lab, you will be getting the option like this. So here you will be having so many options. Among these, I will be choosing the IIT Roorkee. So it will be shown like that. So here we have to go to do list of experiments. Just click list of experiment. Here you will be getting the option of 4 is to 1 multiplexer. Just click over there. With help of this virtual lab, we can able to verify the truth table and functions. Click simulation. Choose 4:1 multiplexer. Yes. So it will be the experiment will be appear here. Here first you are going to turn on this power switch. Now we are going to choose the selection line like this. S0 and S1, these two will be your selection line. D0, D1, D2, D3 will be your input lines. So this will be your output. So now initially S0 and S1 will be 0. So as per the truth table, if S0 and S1 will be 0, whatever there in D0 that will be appear as your output. Now your D0 will be 0, that will be appear as your output. Now I'm going to change D0 to D1. Now it will be shows that. Now we are going to click add. Then I'm going to choose this D1, make it as a 1. Now I'm going to change the selection line, that is 0 and 1. 0 and 1. Click add button. So 0 and 1 means whatever there in D1 that will be appear as your output. Now I'm going to choose 1 0. I will make this as 1 and this as 0. So whatever there in D2, that is now D2 is 0, so D2 will output will be 0. Now I will be make both as 1. I will be make D3 as 1, so the output will be 1. So based on the selection line, the corresponding input will be appear as your output. In this way, we are going to perform this experiment. Thank you.